Hello and welcome to the round 23 review for Supercoach 2022. It's George from Fantasy Take TV. For this video, we'll mostly go over all our trades. I've got them; they'll pop up on the screen. We'll give them a tick or a cross. Briefly go over round 23, and just more or less discuss this year how we ended up at rank 2093. But yeah, rank 2093, scored 2,427 this year. I think the community starting team, we got a few too many misses in the starting team, I think. Mainly Cripps, probably Sicily as well. Had to jump on them early and then just used too many trades to kind of get them in. Restructuring just cost too many trades and then made a few. You traded Gorn out, went on a heater. We'll go over our trades in a second, but didn't start McRae with his fixture. That was pretty silly. A few things, didn't go. A few mistakes we made there. But nonetheless, I think we'll go into the team briefly. Sam Walsh layout. I don't know if I want to say cost me 2,000, but he did this week. But many other things we could have done to improve our rank. That really stung. Would have been nice. I mean, not really much we could have done about it. Owen's outscored CMAC, but it's fine. So defense. Seriously, unreal. Doc, unreal. Playing a bit around the ball, mostly defense, I think. Crisp has been terrible, maybe carrying injuries. Dale, what's his 5 rounds? 89. I think we've had him for 4 rounds, so he hasn't really worked as a pickup. Maybe it's Ed Richards. I think it's more Ed Richards than Caleb Daniel. Dawson had a down game. That's probably his worst game for the year. Port restrict halfbacks, so that's fine. Mids was very, very, very good, except for Sammy Walsh, McRae, 99s, whatever. Good to get a nice score from Steele. What's his 92? He's averaged in the 90s for us. It hasn't really worked. Big O's been good when he spins solo, apart from one game. Just Darcy Fort sub, and then a few tolls up forward missing. But yeah, I think the pick's been. For the situation we were in, we're kind of backed into a corner, had to pick someone with one trade. I think it's been okay. 5 round of 90, 3 round 105. So he's been okay. I think this forward line was pretty solid. No Heaney in the back half was quite bad. Would have been nice to have him over English. That trade didn't really work. But yeah, that's the team. In terms of misses, no Sinclair down back. There's been a disaster. He's killed us every week. In the midfield, Merritt, I think, has gone on a run of, 120 something post buy. Whereas Walsh has given us 104 average, and then this out. So basically, add in Conor McDonald's score, he's given us 100 average post buy roughly. In the rucks, like Sean Darcy would have been nice, I guess. Maybe he was the best ruck post buy. I'm not too sure. Maybe Gorn, but couldn't really get him. Was injured. And then the forward line, Bont was pretty good. I think it's going to be expensive next year. His average is 116. Don't know if that's a start or not. Dunks I'll pick next year. 108, that's fine. I think, forward line did really, really well. I think very happy with the forward line. Just wish I had Isaac and probably Rosie as well. But I think Rosie's probably been a bit better for fantasy. Had a good Supercoach this week. So yeah, I think the main learnings for this year, I think we need a M9 F7 player towards the end of the year so we can cover situations like this. It's just a lot of points gained. I had one in Dream Team and definitely helped a lot. I think probably the other main one is when what are trades used for? So I think this year I was unable to jump on a Himmelberg or a Darcy Cameron who I wanted to jump on, but I couldn't because I felt like I had traded too much. So the strain of over trading for very little, if any, return early, that made me play a conservative way throughout the year. Couldn't jump on mid prices that I wanted to jump on. But I wasn't too sure about Himmelberg, but the break even was so high that definitely could have gone for it, but Darcy Cameron was one I wanted to jump on. But yeah, couldn't do it because I overtraded. So yeah, I think got to realize how important trades are. But we've been doing this long enough to know that they are very important. But yeah, that's just a extra function, I guess, that you can use trades for that I don't really think about too much. So that's we'll get the trades up on the screen. Zoom in there. So I got the trades in front of me. So we'll just go through from rounds 2 to 20 is when I traded. So first trades, round 2. This is ugly. Lipinski in for Steele, Jack Hayes in for Brody. Catastrophe. Thinking behind it was I needed to free up money for Cripps. So I split Steele into Lipinski and Cripps, and I needed Jack Hayes. But Brody was a bit worried about his Tog. Bad. Next traded out Gorn. Didn't like his ruck split with Jackson. Gorn went on like a tear of 140 after this for the next 5 weeks. Cripps came in, did okay, got injured. Whitfield out for Aaron Hall, and then we got Berry up to Jack McRae. Didn't really work out. Probably should have let Berry accumulate a bit of money. Whitfield out was correct, but Hall in was catastrophe. So 5 bad ins here. Cripps was a fine in. I guess McRae was a fine in. Could have waited till it was cheaper in the buys, but oh well. Round 4, Stevens in for Braden Pruce. So I think that's worked out okay. Pruce was good, but probably had to. With Pruce, it was a bit of a timing thing. He had to jump on and off at the perfect timing. Round 5, Gibcus out for Will Brody. So Brody in for 350. This is fine. We got to keep him for 350k, so that worked. However, Gibcus went on a random like 75 average for a few rounds. So Gibcus got to nearly 350k. I didn't see that coming, so that was premature. And Josh Ward out for O'Driscoll. I think that's fine. O'Driscoll made 150k. Ward was out for a long time. Round 6, traded Hall to Sicily. Lucky we got Sicily this way, but because we should have got him a few rounds ago. Rao out for Hobbs as downgrade, and did our first upgrade, Hinge to Petrarca. So that's okay, although Rao did have a good next few rounds. Round 7, Grundy out. Grundy, Cherry, and Rochelle out for Roses, Hayes, and Oliver. So just downgrades and upgrades. Bank a bit of money as well, so that's fine. Oliver we got. Round 8, just a 1 up, 1 down. We got Luke Parker in, so that's fine. Round 9, got rid of Lipinski for Dawson. That worked fine. Got Gorn back for 670 for Nick Dacos. That was a mistake. I think here the problem was it was reported that Dacos was playing through a sore foot. So that made me want to jump off and cash him in. But wasn't to be, so got Gorn in for Dacos. And Dacos probably outscored Gorn from here on out. And yeah, Jack Hayes to Rioli, just a downgrade. So basically 2 upgrades there. So a bit of money in the bank. So that's like Dawson was a good in. Round 10, Nick Martin out for Thompson, so that's fine. Thompson didn't play, but we got injured straight away. But cashing in Martin was good because he scored 40 or 60 the next week. Got in Rory Laird and a few downgrades, so that was a big tick. Round 11, got rid of Pruce, so that was the correct play. He was injured. Got in Wits for 620k. He's 530 now. I kind of had to. He was a top 2 ruck, so needed to get him in. But just annoying that we got him in for that price. Round 12, Heaney out for English. Disaster. Yeah, I always knew Heaney would come good in the back half of the year, but I didn't think it'd be this good. Heaney's always finished years well, so even last year, playing on 1 foot, 92 average post buy. So not surprising that he's probably gone 105 post buy. So that's what it is. Brought in round 12, so this was the second buy round after round 12 where we had to get in a mid. So it was Walsh, Parrish, or Josh Kelly. I didn't really like the merit pick just because Essendon were losing so much. And just wasn't playing super well. But that's what happens with proven premiums. They if they have a bad patch, they'll almost certainly turn it around, and they did. Walsh over Merritt just hasn't worked. So yeah, Walsh is I don't know, felt like a bulletproof option, but probably didn't think that I knew this, but chose to ignore it. But Walsh's TOG was lower. It was like high 80s, and this year it's been low 80s. So probably should have thought about that a bit harder, but just chose to ignore that. And not only that, his CBAs were down, so maybe it's probably deserved. He was the wrong pick. Round 14, got rid of Gorn for Marcus and brought in Doherty as well, so that's fine. That went very well. Round 15 went Butters to McInerney because we were facing a donut in the rucks. I think that's been fine, although Butters has come good, but did take him a bit to get going. And then final trades, Petrarca out for Steele. That's lost, I think we lost 100 points. And got in Dale for Hewitt. So I wanted Angus Brayshaw, but I don't know why I didn't go for Angus Brayshaw. I did Dale instead. Dale averaged 85 for us. So those are our trades. Yeah, a few misses, a few good ones, a few misses in there. So a lot of lessons in that. But yeah, those are our trades. I think we'll wrap it up there. I'll do the podcast tomorrow. So we'll do a big review podcast. So that should be good. Thanks for watching. And I think we'll do a little bit of post-season content. But otherwise, we'll do the podcast every week as well. For those that want to tune in. But other than that, have a good off season. Hopefully your rank, or hopefully you got what you wanted out of Supercoach for 2023. I do encourage people to play all formats, but yeah, thanks for tuning into the channel. And yeah, a little bit more post-season content, but for the most part, the main stuff is the reviews and stuff, that's obviously done. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.